Yeah, like clockwork, funding for the arts nationwide has taken a disproportionately bad hit during the Great Recession. Governments and foundations are slashing budgets. The problem is exacerbated by the fact that funding for the arts was never fully restored after the good times, after the dot-com boom times. Compare 1979, when funding for the NEA since that time has dropped 77% of non-military spending. The last 10 years, state funding has dropped more than 70%. Today, Congress spends 54 cents per person on the arts, and that is simply unacceptable. So my message is don't allow the politicians to shortchange the arts. In good times, and especially in bad times, you hear people question funding for the arts by pitting arts against education, public safety, or health care, or whatever is perceived as the public's most treasured expenditure. That's the wrong question. Now, I would be remiss if I did not call everyone's attention to a recent budget proposal in San Jose that I believe will seriously affect San Jose's local arts community. For years, both the City of San Jose and our local arts hotels have realized not only the intrinsic value of the arts community, but also in the value of creating jobs and encouraging tourism. Current budget cuts have placed that partnership at risk. For years, it was a deal between the city and the hotels. The hotels would fund the arts through the transient occupancy tax, and the city would pay most of the cost to administer those funds. Millions of dollars were generated annually to arts organizations. The proposed budget change could divert a portion of those restricted funds to pay for the city's administrative responsibility. The result could be as much as 25% fewer funds for the arts, which comes on top of a reduction in the transient occupancy tax revenue caused by the decline in hotel occupancy. For some arts organizations, that could be the difference between surviving and failing. All of us must step forward and remind the City Council and the Mayor that even in the depths of the Depression, the government did not turn its back on the arts. Now, many of you know, yeah.